allergy medicine, so. Alright, it's Friday. And it's zoo day. And we are working on Streamland Park today. How is everybody today? Hope it's been a good day. These are such an eyesore. I really, really wish we could color them. Alright, so when we last left off, we were working our way in here. And we are seeing about... I just really want you to stand up. That's really my main goal here. Okay, you kind of look the same no matter what I do with you, so it is a little bit hard to get you on the curves, though, I will say that. Alright, so when we last left off, we were working on our bug cave exhibit area. So I am pulled back a little bit there, probably more than I really need to be, but that's alright. And this guy here has been pretty good at the top of this. So I think we're just gonna keep on going. I'm not gonna worry about a roof on this building because, just not. Excuse me, this isn't going to be visible, and I don't think the employees back in here really give two flying fucks about that specifically, so pretty sure we're okay. As far as that's going to be concerned. We are snuffly today, I do apologize. I'm either getting back the cold that I may have given to the husband to begin with, or it's just real bad allergy day. Either, entirely possible. So we don't really have anything extra building-wise right over here. And that's okay, like it's not like we have to have something in here. Does seem a little empty though, but I mean, we've got a souvenir stand in here. We've got an information booth. Our last bit of concessions that we didn't really get on the wheel, but we put in anyway, were over here. We had a slush and a Mexcellente. Oddly enough, the slush has a huge line. I mean, people don't seem to be that thirsty right now. So, I don't know. I mean, I suppose we could technically add one. The people were like clipping through this guy like hard. I don't know. Do we want to add another drink stand in here? Energy, slush. I already just did the slush soda. Juice, smoothies, water, coffee. I don't think we've done a coffee stand. But is that setting it up for... Do we think coffee would work here? I don't know. I mean, it could potentially. The new summer update for Coral Island did go live today. It surprised me. I wasn't expecting it to go live until Tuesday, or like until on a Tuesday. And most game companies do their shit on Tuesdays, but I guess they're like, nope, it's live, put it out right now. Now. So, yeah, that happened. Surprisingly enough. To edit. Okay, that's not at all what I wanted to happen. Oh, really? You're just gonna be like that then? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna duplicate you. Nope, you're just... Nope. Alright then. Not gonna let me do it the easy way. Alright, so... This is the one that has the base on it. Oh, this whole thing's being funky. Okay. Usually. Lets you line it up a little bit better than that. Hi, Momo. What's up? Hi, bud. What's up, my muffin? Hi. Do you have to pee-pee? I don't have any food. You can literally stand up here. I have no food. I promise. Do you have to pee-pee? That's all I can offer you right now is pee-pee. Hi. Well, do we have to go potty? You're staring at me like I'm the stupid one. I don't understand. I guess it was pee-pee. Daddy got up and, we made a beeline to Dad. I don't really understand. There we go. Now you're cooperating. What's a panel? There we go. I'm gonna have to come back in and change the colors on these. Alright, so... Alright, I think that was our wall. And then... Doesn't look right though, does it? No, that's reversed. That is that, and then... Yeah, okay. Well, because you just wouldn't let me copy you from the beginning. Silly doof. Okay. Did he pee? He usually shows a little more initiative when I ask him if he has to pee. He'll like start to walk towards the door. He just kind of stood there staring at me like, huh? Okay. This guy, though. This guy. Don't turn the pot down, but can you just check on it? make sure it's not overflowing. I need it to cook at that temperature. Okay, that's good. That's where I want it. Okay, so there's that. Alright, so this is duplicated. That there. Put you there, maybe? Okay, so now to figure out how we're going to deal with you. So perhaps this panel. Alright, so we'll put that there. That's a big $5 guy. Do I have a smaller $5 guy? So this guy's slightly over the line, just a little bit. Not by a huge amount, though. Not sure which size would be fitting in here a little bit better, but might be this one. So we need to put a little something up into there. If I could, you know, click on the right. Oh, that's big. It's bigger than I was expecting. to spin though. Oh. Wrong arrow. Swear that red one looked like it was the one we actually wanted. And then grab this guy. Who is rather large. It's a bit bigger than I was expecting him to be, honestly. Nope. Blue. I think my brain's just like, well, it was this color last time. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that exactly, but... Okay, we'll just roll with it for right now. See what we can come up with here. Alright, so if we go with that. Bring this guy in here. Alright. So this is, what did we say this was again? Street Fox. Alright, so if we do that one there, we could always stick this guy, like right here. Oh, that might be a little overkill. Probably need... you to go there. Alright, what's your scenery rating anyway? 20%. And I haven't even touched you yet. Cool. Alright, let's see. We grab this guy here. And you okay? Was that you that made that noise? A little. She won't sleep with me on the bed, but she'll sleep on the footstool that I have next to the bed for the dogs to use to get up and off the bed. That Zuzu ignores, even though we've taught him to use it. He's like, I'm gonna kamikaze right off the top. And I'm like, buddy, please use the stool. He won't use it unless I tell him to. Like, dude. You're getting older. The bed is pretty high off the floor. This isn't as low as Grammy's bed. Please, please use the stool. And he's all, I do what I want. I'm like, oh, okay. That's fine. Because we'll come up into here. And we'll grab this one. Perfect. Alright, down at the bottom is not that big of a deal. Duplicate you. Maybe about there-ish. And we'll duplicate our trash can. Okay. Well, I mean, that's not bad. We've got Street Fox coffee in now. And I know we've got some eyeballs over here. Is that too many eyeballs? I don't know. Well, where did you go? Are you under props? Decal? Well, no, that would have been under the hole. Where are you? I have such a hard time finding you. That sign's pink. Why are we not? Let's see, I doubt anybody's gonna come over just for coffee. But you never know. They might. These people are coming over. I don't know where they're going, but they're coming over. This is a big file. I'm just gonna save as we go now. Alright. Next step. As we continue our trip around here. Alright. So let's bump this guy. Well, no, I don't want to bump him that way too much, because then we're going to have a gappy gap. It's going to be a pain in the ass to fill in. Alright, this guy can get... scooshed that way. And we can bring you up a little bit higher. Okay, that looks like a good spot for a torch. Is that gonna drive me crazy? Probably. So you know what? You're gonna get slid there. For the time being. Okay. I'm still not. Oh, you're like totally not attached to the wall. Some of you at least has to be attached to the wall here, friend. The rest of you. Kinda. Excuse me. Kind of. At least you're not like too far off the wall, so that we can cope with. Alright. I was really torn between looking at the update for Coral Island and doing this, but then I saw some of the new stuff, like the insect house and fish pond, I think, said you had to... No, that's not the one it was. What was it? I think it was the seed adapter. Something in there said that you could research it starting summer 8. And I was like, really? That seems kind of far out. But maybe that'll get adjusted. I was like, well, we're definitely not in summer 8, so we're in summer 2. So I don't think we're gonna get to that thing for a little bit, so might as well just do zoo. Right, like, might as well. Okay. That guy's there, and then we need to figure out our doorway here. Okay, so how did we do this? Alright, we did the 2 short little guys. Okay, so we just kind of plopped on down. Over our sidewalky here. Okay. I'll tell you, this town's getting wild. They have somebody's reporting mountain lion sightings again. Somebody said that the screech sounded a little more like a bobcat, but somebody has a supposedly somebody showed a photo of it from their supposed game camera, and it was a fucking mountain lion. And apparently they're saying they've tried to tell Fish and Game, and Fish and Game has been denying it, and now they're starting to say, yeah, maybe. And apparently where this potential sighting was like 4 or 5 blocks from our house, and I'm like, really? Not happy about that. But then again, I tend to not go outside the house alone in the dark anyway. Because I'm always worried about potential wildlife around, so. My brain likes to take off and be like, oh, something's gonna come running out of the dark carport in the middle of the night and get you, and then I'm like, you know what, maybe that's not so irrational after all. I mean, it's probably a little irrational, but sometimes the way the cats get all weird at night, I'm like, what are you doing? I've never heard it myself. I've heard cows in the middle of the night. And we've heard coyotes. Although I will say, I haven't heard the coyotes recently. Russell has. I haven't. I lost my walkway here. Alright, so None of these torches look like they're at the right height to me at all. There was a shooting last night. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Hey, what was that post on for the mountain lion?
It was one of the pages. It was probably uncensored because I don't know if the censored people would have let that be on there because it wasn't something good and positive and rainbows and flowers. There's two different Facebook pages that were started for the town by townspeople. The one, you can't say anything even remotely concerning or what could be considered negative about the town. They will not allow the post. They will not approve it to be posted. Or if it does get approved, somebody else comes along and deletes it when it's a legitimate concern. So somebody else started an uncensored page where they're like, look, you post it, you're responsible for it. So, you know, if you're gonna post something that might be controversial, you're not allowed to turn the comments off on it either. Fucking deal with it. I was like, oh boy. But, like, the photo was buried in the comments because somebody was asking about it, and I don't know if it was a year ago, 6 months ago, something like that. Somebody else had said that they had been walking at night or they were driving and they thought they saw a big black cat walk in front of their car in the road, and somebody's like, well, mountain lions aren't black, and they're like, I know, but this was black and it walked like a cat. Now, there's some big cat rescues in the area. I almost wonder if maybe one of those got away and they never said anything, or if maybe somebody had a big cat as a pet, because there's some money in the hills around here. They weren't supposed to, and it got out, and they didn't say anything because they knew their ass was grass if they did. I don't know. But people do weird things in outside city limits around here, so I don't fucking know. Do I need to try to find it for you later?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious.
I think it was back a couple of days, because I haven't been on Facebook as much recently, because I haven't had a need to since I stopped taking care of the Wild Challenges Facebook stuff. I was just kind of scrolling through my timeline and I was like, what the hell? It started out with somebody said, I have sort of a curious question or an odd question or something. They said they think that there was a mountain lion on the other side of their fence because they heard huffing, like an animal like panting or like making huffy noises, and it was big, and their dogs were going crazy. And the first thought that went through my mind was, were the dogs outside? Because they're not going to win in a fight against a mountain lion, lady. I'd have been frantically trying to get their fucking asses in the house. And then a couple other people started saying, yeah, I had one like run into me, but that was like a few towns away, like an hour or so away. And I'm like, yeah, but you're an hour away. You're not like within a half-hour radius. So I'm not quite as concerned as about your post. Ah! What the hell? How did I do that? was weird. That might be about right. Okay. Grab my door. Do, 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 do. Where's my keys? There we go. Are we floating? Yeah. I don't know. We're definitely leaning. Okay, so now I need... Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Okay, so let's get this guy. I wasn't happy about the coyotes. I was like, ugh, okay, whatever. Mountain lion I'm a little more concerned about. Oh, because then somebody else was saying in the post that if you try, Fish and Game told them if they try to defend their animals or property or something against this mountain lion and they shoot it, they'll be fined $10,000. And I'm like, yo, that's not right if it's coming after me.
Sweetie, think about the people they're talking to. How many of them would suddenly have to defend themselves against a random big cat if they had the opportunity? We're in the South. We're around hunters. You know what they're like.
I was like, you all better be full of shit. Not that we really have a working firearm anyway, but... You know, I guess I should have grabbed those. Although I don't know... Well, I mean, it kind of does something on the backside, I guess. With hiding that. Probably just a little corner of it poking through there. And then same thing over here. All right. This guy. We're gonna flip you back this way. Oh, you seem to be a little... off kilter here. Okay. So next benchy boo. I guess we can put you there. And we could probably put you maybe there. Your phone's ringing. I don't know why.
Spam.
I say nobody fucking calls you. Like, what the hell? Okay, let's see. Are you gonna try to walk through this door? I don't know if anybody is. Who are you talking to? There's literally nobody there. Don't clip? Okay, good. Wonderful. Okay. Fantastic. Oh, you didn't go to the coffee shop. Alright, we don't have many people over here yet because we don't have hardly any exhibits going. You do have a keeper, right? Yeah. You have a keeper. Okay. Alright, how did we... Okay, we just used those kind of thingies. Okay. You bet. Alright. Back at it. Let's see, so if I do you about here. We can stick something else right in there. And then you stick into here. Is that gonna be a little... Hang on. How did I do this again? Alright, so we left some of the shell. Oh, we forgot the security camera. Okay. That's why that looked a little different there. Alright, so maybe if I leave you... Maybe... There-ish. Oh, you are pretty... Well, I mean, we can... That's not a huge deal. Squish you into here. I really wish we could recolor those. It's so sad that we can't. Okay. things. Oh, see, now these are a different color now. That's so strange. These are some sort of decals that are just floating off of the wall. Oh my goodness. Why are you floating off the wall? Are we not supposed to look that closely? Is it because it's rock? Are you floating off the wall? No, you're kind of touching. Should I flip you upside down? You're kind of touching too. Alright. Let's come back into nature here. And let's see. Grabbing this big old guy here. Popping you into there. Well, no, I don't want you. Okay. That should be fine, though. So that should be a-okay. P-Butt's here, you guys. I don't know if you can hear him or not, but Peabody's here. Being his so very authentic Peabody self. Hi, Peabot. Yeah. He's not next to me, so I don't know how loud he's being. I think he's meowing at the husband. Because that's what he does. All day and night. Is meow at people. Don't know why. We will give him all of the attention in the world, but the second we stop, meow, and then he swings at us. When we go to walk away, I'm like, sir. Sir, we don't behave that way here, sir. This is not acceptable behavior. Oh, okay. Oh, alright. You're bumped out onto the pathway. Well, I guess that's alright. Not all that noticeable. Okay, so this shell. Okay, that's gonna be like that. We need to find out what our next animal is here. I'm just going down the list. Okay, that guy's in. We weren't doing the spiders. That's a walkthrough, that's a walkthrough. We already did the snakes. That's a newt, that's a turtle, that's a lizard. That's a walkthrough, that's a walkthrough. I guess that's this guy. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Can I go back? Okay, so that is 77 to 86 and 60 to 80 mid. Okay, group size excluding juveniles 1 to 6. Okay, so we could go like 6. That should be fine, because we're going to put everybody on birth control anyway. Okay, so 1, 2, oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have death turned off, so that I'm not that worried about. 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are gonna get sent to here. Is there a way for me to do this from here? There is on the other screen. No. Okay, so. Fascinating. Animals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Okay. Let's give you all the things. Peabot, what are you playing with? Because it sounds like something you shouldn't be playing with. Oh, hey. Wonderful. Oh, well, no, that's a little high. No, it's not. 86. Okay, well, Well, I bump you down to 80. You'll be happy with that. 60 to 80, so 70, that's good. Okay. Now, so get whatever is stabbing me in my eyeball out of it. Give me 1 second, and we'll work on our window displays. let's try that. Alright, so we will put our 3D facade on that. And on that one, if you just close it out, it undoes what you did, so you actually have to hit OK. Alright. Now, let's go back into nature-y things. And see what we can do here. Okay, well that one's not gonna do. Let's try this guy. He's got a bit of a straighter edge to him. That does mean we're sticking out a little bit there. But that is probably I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I would almost rather you come up to here. Where's that from? Oh, right, that patch that we had stuck in there. Okay, so this guy, he's gonna come out this way and get turned this way. Now, okay, so we've got Skinny Mini on the bottom. Wow, you are really far out from the wall. But I can't move you in anymore, or else you'll... I guess I could put you guys there. That might not be so bad. But coming around the corner, you're really out from the wall. And that's kind of bugging me. Alright, we'll try not to be bothered by it as best as we can. Easier said than done. Alright, so if okay. I wasn't sure if you were gonna be one of those ones where if I rotate you, you're gonna be like, nope, I'm just gonna spin in a circle. Okay, so there's that guy. if we put you there, my dear. And then put you like here-ish. Okay, we're feeling that. That's good. Alright. This guy, though. Alright. Like, that's not turning very fluidly. What's happening? Let's see. That's not bad. Not fantastic, but it's not bad. Alright, can I... can. Okay. So you, my friend... can slide right into there. That should be good there. It's just today of feeling like stuff is like tapping my eyelashes. What the hell? I hate that feeling. It feels like something's like tickling like the corner of my tear duct. I'm like, what the hell? It's even worse when I can't figure out where it's coming from. I don't see anything on the nose pads on my glasses. So either it's phantom or it was a fuzz that got knocked off and went flying. Okay. We need our board here. Duplicate this guy. I don't want to be in that editing. Okay. Okay, you are not a giant centipede, though. That is you. Okay, we need to come into nature. And the planty plants. This guy. Time is it? Okay. I can lose time in here real fast, so that's why I needed to pull my head out of my ass for a minute there and check the time. Okay. Our donation bin. Then we need camera to keep an eye on things over here. We don't want anyone pilfering from the bin. That'd be some balls, wouldn't it? Okay, and then... Oh, well, I guess before we do that, we kind of need to, get this wall in place here. And let's see, is it blue? Yes. Okay. So, I mean, I don't mind this being over a little, or back a little bit, because we have to get the talk point into there. Okay. I mean, that guy's kind of... kind of big. Just kind of looking for small guys here at the moment. Okay, you're not quite where I want you to be. I guess that's a little better. See, your rating's only at 18%. Well, oh my. How far away was that talk point? It wasn't too far, but I mean, that should be okay. They're not quite in the way there. Alright. When it is... Oh, we don't have an educator assigned to you. Something fluffy just touched me. May... I have no idea what count it was. May, June... Don't have an educator assigned to this one. Really? Huh. Let's see, work zones. Bug Cave Talk 1. Okay. Okay, I don't have a talk point for you yet, so we're just gonna kind of leave that at that, and then the other educator. I guess we can put you... Well, somebody's gonna have 4, and somebody's... Oh no, they both should have 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2... Okay, you know what? We're just gonna... like a new... I'd like to create a new work zone. Bloop. 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 Why is it blue though? Maybe because it's in a keeper's work zone? Bug Cave Dock 2. Okay. It helps if I hire an educator. And actually put you on that, because that's helpful. So let's see, how about we make you December? How big is your fuck you, I hate everything radius? Alright, so it's gonna bleed out a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Alright. We can work with that. Alright, that I want to move you just a skosh. Alright. Or we could sit you like that, and I can go grab our stalactite thingy. Oh, dreamy Momo. My dreamy pupper. He's a woofing in his sleep. Hopefully it's a good wolf. And not a bad wolf. Okay, so we've got those eyes. Got a few of those eyes. Grab a few of these guys. Okay, we're probably due for another torch here. That looks ever so slightly crooked. I'm not entirely sure if it is or not. Alright, let's go with that. got one more doorway that we still have to figure out. I know I've been using this one a lot, but if it gets the job done, more efficiently, why not? No reason not to. I'm not sure if it's the same on either side. Pretty similar. I mean, not the exact same, but don't really want the exact same anyway. Just don't want people clipping into the side of our rock walls here. That's not bad. Alright, so we've got two buggy guys open here. This thing's gonna be one hell of a monstrosity once we actually get the outer walls and stuff done. I might do some of the I might take like some of the window pieces from the mud walls and just kind of stick them in every so often on the outer edge, just to like for oh goodness, that was a good stretch. Just for like airflow, and so, you know, some light can come in here and there. Maybe, we'll see. Alright, so if I take this guy, and this guy. Oh, that's not where I want it to be. So, if I grab you up to maybe there. Kind of hides the seam a little bit. I know I keep using the same one here, but he works really well. He's the perfect size for what I need in here. put you approximately there. No, you're sticking out too far. That's not it. Alright, so if I grab you. There you go, that's nice, that's nice. That'll do. We'll do splendidly. Alright, we'll duplicate our little torchy guy. I guess that's as attached as that's gonna get there. And probably there-ish. That'll probably work. Sorry, I'm just checking the weather. They're saying we could have severe thunderstorms tonight. And there is a severe thunderstorm watch, but currently it's to our south. We don't have anything over us at the moment. So I just kind of wanted to check in on that real super quick. Alright, let's grab some benches. You there, I guess you there, that'll work. We've got a trash can there. Alright, not bad, not bad. We're making some progress here. Almost got the interior wall sorted out. What's your scenery rating? Your scenery rating's at 38. Well, we're still gonna need to put shells on those, even if it's like nothing real elaborate. Just to keep the employees from being mad. Because they get upset if their area that they're working in isn't pretty. Like, not refusing to work mad, but they're not as happy as they could potentially be. Could you check that thing on the stove? Just make sure there's still water in it. You said you wanted gravy?
I didn't request it, but your mom usually does, so.
Well, no, the last time we made it.
Oh, yeah, it was a little dry without it, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're having shredded pot roast over sliced Italian bread with melted mozzarella cheese. And I think she wanted corn on the cob. She's been on this corn on the cob kick lately. It's funny because I'm like, well, what do you want me to make for dinner? She goes, I don't know, whatever's easy. I'm like, okay. So then I'll give her a list of quote unquote easy things for me. And then she's like, picks something entirely not on the list at all. She's like, can we have this? I'm like, well, I don't have the stuff for that. You're gonna have to buy it. I mean, I can make it. But I just don't have stuff on hand for it. And the husband and I were gonna run to Walmart 2 minutes last night. All we needed was a loaf of sliced Italian bread. Like their in-house bakery bread. It's under $2. And next thing I know, she's like, well, can I go? I was like, really? At 9:30? I mean, I don't care, but you don't usually leave the house this late. She's like, well, I don't like being here by myself because I was going to run with Russell. And then she ended up getting a whole bunch of stuff. Not a whole bunch of stuff, but we're in there, and she was upset about the whole Social Security thing right now, and I'm watching Money, and then we're in there, and she's like, get whichever you guys want. And I'm like, you just said we had to watch Money. She goes, just get whatever you want. I'm like, mother. Number one, I really don't know what I want right now. Number two, weren't you just saying we had to watch Money? Alright. No, we haven't put this guy in here just yet. It's okay. We'll get him there. Depending on what happens, I'm gonna have to potentially make an arrangement for Father's Day to put on Brave. That's way too big. Yeah, like that guy's good enough. Just to kind of stick in there a bit. I can't do you yet, though. So let's go back into Zoopedia. Okay, so giant burrowing cockroach. I can't remember all of our bugs. Did we put scorpions in with these guys? I feel like we may have. Because frogs are done. We're not doing spiders over here. School bus. 1, 2. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess so. Excuse me. Okay, so next on the list is a giant desert hairy scorpion. Group size is 1 to 6. I guess we might as well go for 6. Alright, so you are 77 to 99. And 20 to 35. Okay. Alright, you don't seem to be all that endangered. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's pretty barren in there, isn't it? Okay. Well, let's do something about that. Well, that doesn't give anybody much room to view, does it? Oh, you're chilling in the corner. Where's the rest of your friends? There's another one. Alright. The temp's a little cozy, so let's bring that down to... Oh, that's probably okay. And humidity is way too much. Good for no more than 35. Let's see about that. Yeah, I know, we're working on it. Okay. No, window. Who's window 1? You're window 1. Oh, I had my foot extended in a odd way. Okay. Window 2. Window 2 is in front of us. Window 3. It's like if you go 2D, it's just like a photo. Pretty much. I've always preferred the 3D facades. Gives a little more life in there. And then window 4 is our back window. I believe that's a light glare from the lights inside of our exhibit guy. Yeah, the lights up there. Alright, so give me this. Put you in there. That is not who you are. That is who you are. And we're gonna duplicate this guy. What's the husband up to? Like, I hope he didn't think I wanted him to start making stuff. Need our donation bucky. That's not what I meant at all. I just wanted to know if I had to make it. Benchy there, and a benchy there. Alright, so we've got a couple of those guys. Where'd you go?
I went to make some tea.
I was gonna say, me asking you if I was supposed to make gravy was not me telling you to make gravy, and it's too soon yet. I was like, oh no, did he misunderstand? I know that's upside down, but I kinda... I'm digging the look of it. No. There we go. I just want to spin you. But you're being a little bit silly about it. Alright, so we've got that. gonna have to put in our other wall still. Who's tapping?
It's Suzu.
Do I need to get him?
You'll have to give me a moment, buddy.
Because I don't know what you're doing. Alright, so this guy will move over to here. I don't want you poking through the wall too much. Alright, this is kind of a straightaway, so that works a little bit in our favor here. Come here, Zoo.
Go on. I'll come get you in a minute. Go. You have to beat me?
That's what he wants.
Alright, hang on. Let me find this thing.
Which means it probably is gonna rain here at some point. Again. It was raining this morning. I never know if we're actually gonna get the storms they say we're gonna. 'Cause half the time we just don't end up getting them. And I don't want bad weather. I mean, we need the rain. So, like, fine, whatever with that. But, like, I don't want severe storms. It's more of a mentality of, how many times are you guys gonna say we're gonna get severe storms and then we don't, and then people are gonna stop listening to you? In a severe storm prone area. People are gonna get mad. Okay. Oh, speaking of, I've been making some progress on the editing. I got 2 live stream sessions done last night. So, that speed felt, man. I've got 2 2-hour-ish live streams left to edit down. But by the time it hit like 4 a.m. I was like, yeah, my attention span's completely toast at this point. And we kind of need to go to bed, so... We're getting there. We're getting there. And oh my god, I know I talk with my hands, but holy shit. Like, the sections where I can tell what live streams I had a lot of people in and what ones I didn't by how talky my hands are. I'm like, oh, this must have been a quiet day in the chat, because... You okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Checking on Zuzu's butt, is all.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out if the dog has just like a fat nodule or something else going on, but just trying to make sure it's not getting bigger. Okay, that kind of works out there. Because I kind of want this guy sitting here-ish. I don't care if they clip through the back of this rock on the backside, but there's a slight problem if they do it where the door is going to be positioned. So how's everybody's week been? Everybody doing good? Everybody's week will go okay. Maybe your week's just starting. Ooh. If it is, I'm sorry. That's no fun. Working on the weekend sucks ass. Okay. But then again, if you're in a job that gets good tips, maybe you want to work on the weekend when it's busy. I never really got tips working in the casino on a regular basis. It was pretty few and far between. My job wasn't a tip-oriented job. We weren't like cashiers where people would tip them, or cocktail waitresses or dealers and stuff. So people didn't tend to even think about tipping us. Once in a great while, we'd have somebody, if they won big, throw money at us. And in our department, we would split it with whoever was there that shift. Most of the time I was working by myself. So if I was the only person that worked on a file or worked on that person, you know, so once in a while I'd have an overlap person that would be there till maybe 2 a.m. at the latest. For a while, somebody was there till 4. That person got fired or let go. I'm not sure how they worded it. For displaying some terrifying behavior on shift. I don't know what exactly happened. I was there, but like I don't know what caused this behavior. It was rather concerning behavior. So when I first started, there was this dude that worked there, and he always seemed a little odd. And I didn't think a whole lot of it being the new person. And not really knowing like the cashiers on the front line and stuff. This guy was in my department though, he wasn't a cashier. And I'd be sitting there, and I'd be sitting at like our desk closest to our counter, so that we could watch to see if anybody walked up, and that desk was the closest to the cashier line. So there was like a thin fake partition wall between the cashier line and where we were sitting. And I'd be sitting there doing, you know, data entry on files and stuff, and just kind of watching the front, or reading if I didn't have anything else going on. And dude would be sitting next to me. He never really sat still very much. He'd sit in one spot for a while, and then he'd get up and move and go somewhere else. And, like, nothing too terribly weird, you know, just, you know, maybe fidgety, and I'm just like, well, I get that, you know. that's not a huge deal. And, he would start talking to people. And I kind of wrote it off because I'm like, oh, he's got to be talking to somebody on the front line. I never really heard anybody answer him, though. But the way he was talking, it was like he was talking to somebody else. And I was like, okay. But I thought, you know, I'm new. Maybe he's talking to somebody and I just can't hear them answering him. You know, because there was a lot of noise in there. You know, they've got music blasting and slot machines and people roaring at the tables, and then they put a bar right across from our cashier window area where we were working, in the back behind those cashiers, and half the time you couldn't even hear yourself think. So I was like, alright, you know, maybe there's something, maybe he's talking to somebody, I don't get it. That's fine. Except it took a turn where, he started doing this the one night, and I had to go make a photocopy of something, so I went up and went to the copy machine, which was in front of the desk that we were working on, and he never really seemed to address me when he was doing this. Like, there were times where he would talk to me and he would say my name, and I'm like, okay. So I was never sure if he was actually talking to me or if he was talking to somebody else. But this looked like he was talking to somebody else, because he was kind of like looking in the direction of the partition wall, and I'm like, well, maybe he thinks somebody's standing there and they're not. Maybe they moved. And, I got up to make this copy. And we had a couple reams of extra paper down on one of the shelves, and I bent down to get it because the copy machine was out of paper, and I happened to turn and look, and there's no cashiers near this partition wall that are separating us, and I was like, who's he talking to? And I was like, okay. And I was mildly concerned, but then I'm like, you know what the fuck ever. He's harmless. He's not doing anything, whatever. Who gives a shit? And, kind of wrote it off. Like, maybe somebody was there, maybe he thought they were there. You know, what the fuck ever. And I let it go. Well, maybe I shouldn't have let it go. A little while after that, it could have been a few months or something, I don't really remember exactly. Another clerk and I were in the back, like our back set of cubicles, and I was trying to pull paperwork or make copies of other paperwork, and I was seeing what we needed, and it's like we had forms that we had to make extra copies of at times and stuff, and I'm standing there, and one of the other ladies is sitting there, and I think she was getting ready to pack up to go home, and he's sitting at one of those back desks. Maybe I was doing signatures in the computer. I don't know. It's not important. And, he says something that gets our attention, and he goes, oh, check this out. And he's showing us a pocket knife that he, like a switchblade, like he flipped open. And her and I are standing there, and we're like, okay. And her and I were both kind of like, we're not supposed to have weapons here. It's one of the things they tell you about when you get hired. And her and I are just kind of like deer in headlight frozen, and we're like, hey, because, like, you know, we didn't know why he was showing this to us, and we're like, please don't stop us. And pretty much that's, like, what was going through our heads, and we're like, oh, fuck, what do we do, what do we do, what do we do? Because that combined with his, weird talking thing that was going on, and we're just like, oh, fuck. He decided to go on break, I think. And her and I are standing there looking at each other, and we're like, I don't think he's supposed to have that on him. What do we do? Like, I don't want to be, you know, I didn't want to be a Karen about it, and I didn't want to be a bitch about it and be like, you know, Tattletale Central, but at the same time, I was a little concerned just by the way his behavior had been lately, and I was like, what? So I think her and I made the decision that, you know, maybe we would just casually say something to one of the supervisors. And I'm pretty sure we did, if I'm remembering correctly. I think we're like, hey, you know, so-and-so has a switchblade on him? And, like, I didn't think we were allowed to have that at work. And I think they were like, well, how do you know? And it's like, because he took it out and showed it to us in the back, like, half pulled out of his pocket. And they're like, oh, really? We're like, yeah. But this supervisor was a little buddy-buddy with him, so I'm not sure if he ever said anything to anybody else about it. And so we're like, well, you know, we did our part, because we don't know what the fuck is going on. So, we told somebody. It's in their hands now, because we're in no position of authority to do anything about it. Now, here's where my memory gets fuzzy. I can't remember if it was this same night or if it was a different night. I, for the love of God, cannot remember. And I had kind of forgotten this had happened until recently. He was supposed to go home at 2 a.m., I believe, that day. I was working till 8 a.m. I think. I know I wasn't there till 4. But he usually left at 2. I don't think he stayed till 4 that often. If ever. And I tended to just eat my lunch down in the office, or I wouldn't really eat lunch, I just have snacks with me most of the time. Because when we were the only clerk on duty, they would have to give us a beeper and page us back to the office if the exec needed something. And I didn't want to get a tray full of food from upstairs, sit down to eat, and get called away immediately. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna fucking bother. Because then they started getting pissy about how many times you could come up and get food. Because I'm like, I don't want to get hot food and sit down to eat and then have to throw it out because I have to go back downstairs and work and have no idea when I'm going to be able to eat again. So it just got to be a fucking hassle. And half the time during the week, I was pretty much on break 90% of the time anyway, and just babysitting the counter because people during the day got most of the paperwork done. I was only doing the backlog that people didn't get to, or filing, or, you know, making sure all of the files were in alphabetical order when they were starting to not be, and we couldn't figure out why. So I'm sitting there, and I was trying to figure out, you know, what was going on. And I remember, excuse me, sorry, at this point, it was just me and him back there. So maybe this was a different night. I really can't remember. And I wish I could. The one buddy exec was there. And I'm like, okay. You know, I think I came in around midnight, whatever, and I signed in to what time I got there on a sheet, and we also had our time clock too. And you know, I'm getting settled. I'm looking through paperwork, seeing if there was still anything that needed to be done. And I wasn't finding a whole lot. And I was like, okay, so I did some work. And he's like, I'm gonna go on break. And he left. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, really confused. I'm just kind of this like weird look on my face. I'm like, he's going on break? And I looked at the time and I'm like, well, I know he was a smoker. Maybe he needed a smoke or something. And we're not busy, so what the fuck ever. And, but I thought it was odd to be going on break at the time that he decided to go on break, because I'm like, you're leaving in an hour. And I'm like, you know what the fuck ever. Again, I let it go, and the other exec, the buddy exec, you know, that was, you know, tried to be everybody's friend and stuff, which, you know, was fine, but when you had a problem, he wasn't good at making decisions about things, so that was a bit of a pain in the ass. But I'm like, he was hardly ever at the desk. I think that's because overnights didn't agree with him that well, and I think he had some other medical issues where he was either always in the bathroom or was just out wandering so he didn't fall asleep. Because it was real bad if you were an exec and fell asleep at the desk out there. I mean, it was bad if you fell asleep in the back too, but you know, it was worse if you were in that particular tier of license position out in front of guests, and it happened. But he wasn't there, and I got up, and we had our sign-in sheet with our schedule on it, so you could see when you were working next on the counter. And I got up and I looked down the counter, and I'm looking at our schedule, and I'm trying to figure out what day it is, and I'm like, okay. And I saw he was supposed to leave at 2, and I was like, alright, what the fuck ever. And I went back to doing what I was doing. I think I might have been working on reports for updating files, but I was working on it real slow because I had nothing else to do. So I'd like do one, read a little, do one, read a little, because there was only like 4. And it was slow as hell that night. And he comes back. Clerk comes back. The weird talky clerk comes back. And he sits back down and he pulls out one of the files like he's gonna update it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was kind of sad because I was like, well, shit, now I'm not gonna have anything to do. And so I was like, fine, whatever. And yeah, he's looking at a file, and he's kind of acting like he's running the reports, but then kind of not. And do I not have anybody on this? Oh shit, I just deleted that. I didn't want to do fuck? Can we undo? I don't think we can. Okay. Red is not in any work zone, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, hold on. I need to bug cave keep charging. Where is it? Did it not actually? Bug cave keeper 2. Okay, I put it at the bottom for some reason. What the fuck? Okay, that one we can delete. Okay, where's my stuff? Bug cave 1. Okay, so you are gonna be on Bug Cave Keeper 2. Okay, hold on. I'm still telling the story. Hold on. Those 3. That. That's not what I actually wanted to do, but that's fine. Hold on. 5 buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, I think we're okay now. I think. Okay. Alright, so, he was being weird. Like, weirder than normal. And I was starting to get a little annoyed. With his unpredictableness. Like, I know I shouldn't have been, but I was getting annoyed. I was like, dude, what is your deal? And I was trying to ignore it. I thought maybe he was just having a weird day. Whatever. And he's being real, I don't know if agitated's the right word, just fidgety. Like, he couldn't sit the fuck still. And the other execs coming and going, coming and going. 2 o'clock rolls around, dude's still there. And I'm like, this is interesting. He's usually out of here the second it, it's going home time. Next thing I know, he starts telling me a story about a kitten and he starts crying and I'm like, help? We're not that close. And I'm like, I'm sorry? And I couldn't really understand what he was saying. Something about a kitten and something about he was crying. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I don't understand what's going on. It was very strange. And he's still back there. And I thought, well, maybe he came in late. Maybe he's making up time. Possible. So, 3 o'clock rolls around. He's like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm looking at him, I'm like, okay. You know, like, doggy head tilt, like, what the fuck's going on? And exec comes back from one of his wanderings, and I was like, hey, let me ask you something. He's like, what? I said, how late's he supposed to be here? And he's pulling the schedule out. He goes, the schedule says 2. I said, yeah, I know, but I didn't know if something different had been worked out today. I don't know if it came in late or something. He goes, I don't think so. He goes, why? I said, because he's still here. He goes, huh? I said, he just said he was going out on a break. He's still here. It's 3 o'clock. He's being real, like, agitated. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And so he's like, huh. And, you know, it's weird. Your dog's not till December. Why are you standing there? It's April. Here's the September. Couldn't really understand what was happening. And I'm just kind of like, I guess we have 2 different talks at the same time. That should be okay. It's 2 different, talky people, I think. He's like, huh. I'm like, yeah. And I'm starting to get concerned. 3:30 rolls around. He came back in at like 10 after 3, and he's fussing with files, acting like he's gonna file, and then not, and then he's sitting down at the back computer and sitting down at the front computer, and he can't sit still, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm kind of watching him out of the corner of my eye, and I'm trying not to agitate him further. And I'm like, what is going on? 3:30, you know, he's still there. I'm like, dude. So I'm like talking to the exec again. I'm like, hey, he's still here. What's happening? 3:45. He's still there. I'm like, dude, why is he still here? He's acting kind of weird. And the exec's not really seeing a problem with this, and I'm like, okay. I'm seeing a huge problem with this, but apparently he's not, and I'm like, maybe I'm just overreacting. Exec for 4 o'clock comes in, and they go to switch shifts, and I'm like, hey, he's still here. And new exec goes, what? And I'm like, he's still here. She goes, what do you mean he's still here? What's going on? And I'm like, so-and-so is still here. And she's like, he should have went home at 2. Why is he still here? And then she's looked at the other exec, and she's like, you're not leaving until he leaves. And she's like, sending him to the back to, you know, be like, hey, come on, it's time to go. Because she didn't want to deal with his dumb ass either. And I'm like, okay, so it's not just me. Yeah, okay. A little while later, security calls and asks to speak to the exec in the department. I'm like, yeah, hold on. Pass the phone over. Give it to her, who had just come in. It's about, oh, I don't know, what time was it? It might have been going on 5 a.m. at this point. And they're like, do you have an employee in your department by the name of blank? And she's like, yeah. Why? And they're like, we're watching, we witnessed him on the cameras, being real erratic outside. Like, taking his uniform shirt off real frantically, then putting it back on, then taking it off and putting it back on, and kind of being yelly, it looked like, on the cameras, and just definitely agitated. This is what she told me, and I was like, what is happening? And then I think the conversation about him having the pocket knife on him came back up, because I was like, you know, a few days ago, he was showing me and this other clerk that he had a flip knife on him, and she goes, what? She goes, in the back, and I was like, yeah, I told that one. She goes, oh my god. She goes, this is a problem. And I was like, okay, not crazy then. And she let security know. She goes, does he still have it? I said, I don't know. I don't know if he has it on him today. I wouldn't be the one to ask about that. And she's like, And I think she told the security podium not to buzz him back into the back again. And I think security ended up pulling him aside. And then shortly thereafter, I never saw him again. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if he had some sort of mental break. I don't know, but it was fucking wild. I was like, I'm kind of uncomfortable with this because I don't know what the fuck is happening. And I'm a little concerned. Just a wee bit. Is that just all you're gonna do? Is just stand there? Are you stuck? What work zone are you in? What? You're snowed in with tasks, but only 2 actually have animals to talk about. And it's not letting me pick you up and move you. I think you're bugged, but I'm not entirely sure. That's odd. Alright, well, we got the inside of the cave wall done. Wait. I want to move you. Do I fire you? I don't know what your deal is. You're just standing there. You're not even going to a room. Everybody else is going to a room. They can walk around. I think you've had like 0 sales. You've served 5 people. Okay. Well. Oh right, we didn't put our... Right. We have to... Oh no, wait, we only did those on those. It doesn't matter on these because it's black windows. That's just the buildings, right? So we'll get some more life in here soon. So next week we will put the facades on these guys in here. It doesn't have to be anything real elaborate because it's not going to be seen from the outside of this walled off area, but it'll make the people using it feel better about things and stuff. So we'll do that, and then we'll start to do our inner guys and put the inner walls in. That's gonna be a good question. How are we gonna do that? We're gonna have a double wall here? Oh. We might have to do a double wall here. Or do like some kind of like bump outs or something here, just so that these aren't visible, because I don't really want people hanging out here to view this. I want them to come inside. So. But, I mean, we've had a few people roaming through here a little bit. So, yeah, that's where we're gonna pause on this project today, because I have to go and deal with dinner. Don't forget to follow the socially places down below. We've got the Kofi, the YouTube, the Insta, and the Twitter. That we're slowly working on getting stuff posted to the Kofi and the Insta. I haven't had any new projects done yet to post on there right now. We have the work in progress, but I always feel weird about posting work in progress photos. I'd rather post a finished one, so that way people don't get tired of seeing it. Tomorrow's plan is to be back working on the challenge zoo against the husband. I think we're still doing that. I don't think he's given up yet.
No, I just got sick, hon.
Yeah, no, well, I know sometimes you get tired of working on stuff and get burnt out, so.
I'll tell you if I get burnt out, Jesus.
So I think we're still doing that, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. And Sunday and Monday we'll be back with art things. So that's gonna do it for today. I'm not planning on an extra live stream tonight. It kind of depends. I probably won't be. But yeah, you guys have a good night. Enjoy the start of your weekend. And I'll hope to see you tomorrow for work on the challenge zoo. So until next time, have a good one.